Durham Lords and your Humber Hawks. At this time, we would ask you, if you're able, if you could please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello and welcome to the 2021 OCAA soccer postseason, where we have your Humber Hawks taking on the Durham Lords. Manny.
Yeah, a great matchup today, and one key important fact for the Hawks is a final farewell to 4 graduating student athletes in Rebecca Spratt, Julia Zanardi, Vanessa Fiore, and Brianna Senfner. Combined, these 4 athletes have played in 147 career caps for the Hawks.
Yeah, just a little scouting report here on Durham. So far this season, the Lords have only averaged 1 goal against. Durham enters the postseason with a 1-1-1 record over its last 3 matches. Laura Smith leads the Lord with 4 tallies in 5 matches. The postseason series against Durham and Humber is tied 5-5. The Hawks have won their previous 3 matchups. And the Hawks is 5-0 all-time in the crossover round.
Yeah, and in their previous meeting, Zach, one thing to keep in mind is the Hawks blanked Durham in the 2019 quarterfinal round, getting goals from Claudia Piazza, Rebecca Spratt, and Brianna Senfner. Vanessa Fiore made 3 saves to record her 7th career postseason clean sheet.
Yeah, and just to talk about this season for the Hawks, 42 goals were scored. That was the most in OCAA this season. It's a 7.0 goals per game, and it's the most in program history, breaking the record of 5.2 from 2018.
You got to keep in mind Caitlin Russell, or Russell Hustle as we're calling it. Her 13th regular season goals are the 3rd most in program history, the most in a season since 2009. Her 2.17 goals per game average is a new program record, surpassing Hall of Famer Joanna Vitale record of 1.67 set in 1999.
Yeah, crazy record. And then also look here at some all-timers. Julia Zanardi finishes 4th all-time with 29 career regular season tallies, while Rebecca Spratt finishes 5th with 21.
Yeah, not only the players, we got to give credit where it's due. Even Coach Moro Ongaro, the Hawks have qualified for the OCAA postseason for 15 consecutive seasons coming into this one.
Yeah, and we'll see it here. The Hawks are starting to take the field. Manny, I'm excited. We got some postseason action here.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup, and as we were saying about the 4 graduating athletes, another thing to keep in mind for Vanessa Fiore is in 41 games played, she holds a record of 32 wins, 125 saves, and 0.1 goals against average, and 27 clean sheets. So something, definitely a big factor into this game today.
Yeah, you can tell the seniors here, they want to leave on a high note, going a little bit of a run here in the postseason.
Yeah, they want to defend the home ground and start off strong. We'll see how it goes, as they have a tough matchup in the Durham Lords ahead as well.
And we see it here. Humber will kick the ball off to start this game. And here we go with the crossover round. Humber here just kind of playing in their back a little bit. trying to create some space. Fiore will grab that one and just play it to her back defenders.
Yeah, one thing to keep in mind, Zach, is that the Hawks are not afraid to go back in their defensive zone to reset and build a play they would like. And they're not afraid to attack when they see the opportunity right.
Yeah, the Hawks offense, obviously, as we've seen, is a lethal weapon, but don't sleep on the defense either. They've been playing very well all year long.
Yeah, another thing to keep in mind is when the Hawks bring up with their defense, the one thing that to keep in mind is that when they attack you defensively, they almost build a triangle around the players with the ball, trapping him and making sure that they get the turnover.
As that one's going to go out of play here for a Hawks throw-in, just on the left side there. Hawks now moving it across midfield into the attacking zone.
That's what I was talking about. There you see as the Lord's ball carrier, Humber forming that triangle, forcing that turnover.
Yeah, you see here Humber just playing on the backside. It's going to be kicked out there by the Lords for another throw-in for the Hawks. Good defensive plays here from the Hawks early on as they try to create an attack here. That just rolls out of bounds. And that's going to be a Lord's throw-in in the defensive zone. Hawks moving it forward here in the offensive zone. Russell is going to pick that one up deep. And a little weak shot on there. It's easy save from the Durham Lords goaltender.
Yeah, just getting a feel for it right now. Just trying to see and get warmed up with the wind here as well. A little chilly weather today on the field. Never hurts to get the ball on net, Zach.
It does not at all. What was the one quote we've always heard? The great hockey player Wayne Gretzky, miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly, you know, maybe the Hawks create a rebound or get some sort of scramble, pick up an advantage from that. So definitely worth a shot on net.
Yeah, exactly. As that ball is kicked through, but a little bit too far out of the reach of the Lords. So it's going to be a goal kick here for Fiore. One thing to note here, Manny, is the scoring pace that the Hawks have had, especially Caitlin Russell. 6 games played, 13 goals.
Yeah, definitely a dangerous player to have on the field at all times for the Hawks. Scored a record of 4 goals against the Sioux Cougars here on home field.
Yeah, it's a insane stat to look at when you consider that the next closest people to her only have 5.
Yeah, most definitely. I know, once again, like I said, definitely a scoring threat from all positions on the offensive side of for the Hawks.
Yeah, a little stoppage in play there. Ball came up, hit one of the Lords players right in the nose there. You know, it's got to hurt a little bit extra today with the wind.
Yeah, most definitely. With the cold weather and the wind, yeah, it definitely a stinger. Appears to be okay. Play continues.
And here we go. Hawks keeping a strong defensive unit here. That one's kicked out of bounds and will be a Lord's throw-in just around midfield. So far in the game, it just appears the Hawks have been more on the defensive side. Just need to try to get some plays going here, open things up for them as they take control here in their defensive zone.
Yeah, as we mentioned, Durham Lords only allowing an average of a goal this season against, so definitely a defensive positioning for the Hawks is not a bad thing, and taking their chances when they seem right, maybe on the counterattack or find the perfect opening. As you know, the Hawks offense is boasted with talent.
Yeah, one of the best offenses in the league up against a very good defense.
Yeah, for sure. As we were saying, we're talking about Caitlin Russell. Another one to keep an eye on will be Julia Zanardi, a two-time league all-star. Zanardi's been Humber's top scoring threat since she first arrived in the Navy and goal, leading the squad in 2017 with 10 goals in 9 matches. 9 postseason tallies are the 5th most in program history, Zach.
Yeah, Zanardi really has been an impact player for the Hawks in her time here. As we see here, the Hawks trying to set something up in the offensive zone. It's going to be kicked through. But Sarah Pelia unable to get to that one.
Hawks playing much of a possession game, trying to find those open seams to move the ball up.
Yeah, the defensive line's doing a good job trying to create space, create some open plays. Zanardi, you see there, drops back, kind of plays alongside. That's a beautiful forward pass here on the wing.
Yeah, that's defenseman Haley Lewis jumping up on the play.
Yeah, Hawks, another good opportunity here. It's been a very even matchup so far in this soccer game. Thrown here from the Lords. Appears it's going to be a free kick there for the Hawks in their own zone.
Yeah, it appeared to be an incidental handball on that play.
Throw in here from the Lords at midfield. And that goes out of play. Hawks ball here.
Much of the play so far has been both teams trying to get a feel out, get that perfect play going, not taking too many risks at this moment.
Yeah, so far both teams has been kind of a passive play, just kind of trying to feel each other out, trying to find a mistake. As the Hawks here, another good chance in the offensive zone.
Player that's been all over the field so far has been number 10, Medeiros for the Hawks. She's been up and down the field in the offensive zone and the defensive zone. Might be someone to keep an eye out for today, Zach.
Yeah, she's done a good job so far moving the ball around. As you see here, the Hawks again just kind of cycling it around in the back. And the midfielder's going to get touches here and try to create some open space. And that little pass there from Zanardi is just going to be a little bit too strong as it goes out of bounds at midfield for a Durham throw-in. Hawks doing a good job here, working both sides of the field, trying to create some open space. Good little pass in between Sarapelia and Russell there, but ball just goes out of play. Here we go. Good pressure here from the Hawks. Working it up. Looks like a little bit of miscommunications there amongst the Hawks, as it was a nice pass from Zanardi to Lewis, but Lewis just a little bit hesitant on the run.
Yeah, she made a run for it, but realized it was going to be out and wasn't able to get to that ball there. Hawks controlling most of the possession right now.
Yeah, they've been doing a good job dropping the ball back, creating some open plays. They've gotten 2 good rushes here in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, just about trying to find that right opportunity and find that perfect moment to attack. And
yeah, just like as I stated at the beginning of the broadcast, it's going to be a very good offense versus a very good defense here. A good tackle there by Medeiros.
She's been excellent so far in the first 13 minutes here for the Hawks.
Zanardi now controlling the ball. Gonna pass it back out to the wing. Cross into the box, just out of the reach there of Russell. Tried to get ahead on it, just missing.
Yeah, you can see the Hawks are starting to attack a little bit more, and number 14 for the Hawks, Haley Lewis, from defense, is starting to jump up and build a play from the back end.
Just gonna play it back. Goaltender Fiore gonna pass it out. Good open space here for the Hawks, trying to generate an attack.
And play is called on that tackle, as the Lords will get a free kick.
Yeah, so far the Hawks midfield has done a great job controlling pace of the game, getting good runs. We've seen Katrina Medeiros making some very good stops. Lisa Oliveira, as well as Antoni Gatti.
Yeah, almost like a blockade where it's so difficult to get through, where they just congest the midfield and center field, not allowing the Lords to have enough room to build up a play or attack of any kind at the moment.
Yeah, pass into the midfield there by Serapelia. It's going to drop back. Lewis now has it on the right wing. Across that into the box. A little too hard, just out of the reach of Russell.
And that pressure appeared to be too much for the Lords, as they will just kick it out and out of danger.
Yeah, Hawks are doing a good job putting up the pressure here early in the game.
Laura, that's it. Play off there and then go that way. Get stuck on the center back.
Before that interception by the Hawks, great 1-2 pass from Brianna Lee for the Lords to try and get some type of attack going.
Yeah, Hawks defense standing strong. Remy Pelletier doing a great job there on the back line.
Yeah, she's been key so far for the Hawks on the back end there.
A little too much power there on that pass. See here, it looks like the game plan from the Hawks is kind of trying to run the offense through Russell there on the front end. A lot of crosses in. She's set up in the box.
Yeah, most definitely. Use your best asset when it's available to you. That's a great.
Yeah, great save there from Fiore.
Yeah, great save there. But yeah, as I was saying, use your best asset when it's available. You know, Caitlin Russell has been great for the Hawks, so try to use it as much as you can. It's almost like one thing they say, you know, Zach, that the Hawks have great vision. And with that passing and building up their attack, the Hawks are using that vision to find those open seams and build up their attack and offense right now.
Yeah, we see it here. There's a little good small play there by Zanardi and Serapelia. They try to get it up, but the ball ultimately falls back. Goaltender Fiore here. He's going to kick that one up. See there again, Russell trying to get in there. She's had some good opportunities. The defensive line here for the Lords has just held strong. And an opportunity here for the Lords. That one's in the zone, and a great defensive play there from Pelletier. It's going to be a corner kick here for the Lords. But as we were saying on the defensive side for Durham, their defense has been strong. Humber's defense equally holding their own here.
You can see all the Hawks in the box to try and protect their nest right now.
Yeah, to note there, you saw a lot of the Lords players set up on the back post, a lot on the close there. So that one was easily stopped by the Hawks. Throw in here from the Lords.
We have a whistle on the play, and it'll be Hawks ball there.
Yeah, it'll be a throw in here for the Hawks on their side. Yeah, it appeared here there that the Lord's player, the throw in, her foot went over the line. Hawks here now trying to make some progress up the field. You see Russell getting in on the action here with Sarapelia.
Under pressure by two of the Lord's defensemen, still finds a way to make a play.
It gets out of trouble. Ball's gonna come over and outside to Haley Lewis. She's gonna kick that one in. But again, just gonna be out of the reach of, just out of the reach there. Almost a another good opportunity for the Hawks.
Oh, the Lord's coming the other way.
Left side there, Sarapelia holds her own, but it's going to go in the way of the Lords here for a throw-in.
As the sun has disappeared over the field with a big cloud here.
Yeah, the little weather forecast here. Hopefully no rain drops on us. It's been a beautiful day here. A little wind, but a good day for some soccer. Plays that back to Fiore, and she's just gonna play it on the other side here as the Hawks try to build another attack. You see here, Hawks, Zanardi running up now. Strong strike, but off the back of off a leg of a Durham player. Durham takes it the other way. Hawks back line doing it again. Another big stop.
That's number 5 for the Lords, Brianna Lee making a run.
And it looks like a substitution here for the Lords. Brianna Kelly, number 12, coming off, and number 25, Heather Arnott, coming on. Big kick there, trying to clear as Medeiros. And that ball gets cleared out to the sideline by Pelletier.
Yeah, a little bit of a play developing there for the Lords, and the Hawks just decided to clear it out of danger.
That was just down the line here. Gonna be hit off of Russell. Number 3 here, Erica Van Haswick, coming on. Lords making some forward progression here into Hawks territory. number 8 here for the Hawks, Brianna Semfner, comes on as number 3, Antonia Gatti, is subbed off.
Yeah, here comes one of the graduating students for the Hawks, Brianna Semfner. She joined the Hawks after her stint with Conestogas in 2018, capturing a provincial silver and bronze in her first 2 seasons. And in her final year, she finished with a career high of 4 goals and finished 4th on the team with 10 points, Zach. So another offensive threat coming on for the Hawks.
Yeah, she's been a real workhorse for the Hawks over her time here. And another graduate. That one gets played into the box. But Durham's back line is able to hold on strong there. This back right side has been very busy for the Hawks, but they've been doing very good work keeping the ball out. Good pressure there by Russell. She takes control midfield.
Yeah, beautiful read to take that play away.
And a nice pass up there to Sarapelia. That one's going to go out of play, but it's going to be a Hawks throw-in. Looks like number 12, Julia Zanardi, is going to take that one. A lot of power behind that throw. Goes in deep into the Lords territory, but the Lords are able to pick up control as they make their way up the field now.
Foul called on that play on the Hawks, so the Lords will have a free kick.
Yeah, it looks like you can hear this comfort from the fans there on that call. Not agreeing with it, but ref saw something he didn't like. Free kick here in a good spot for Lords. Hummer's defense is going to get tested here one more time. Hawks doing a good job just passing it around here. Keeping the lanes open. Sarapelia now plays it to the middle for Russell.
Hawks with a layered attack here. Lords trying to get the ball out, but Hawks are lined up in layers there.
That gets cleared out, but that's going to be a free kick in the way of the Hawks. Hawks just playing it around the back line here, looking to get an open lane.
Yeah, some crisp passing by the Hawks right now, using the open lanes that the Lords are leaving up.
Opportunity here for the Lords, and a big save by Vanessa Fiore. Yeah. Good chance there by the Lords, but Fiore shuts the door.
Coming up with a huge save there.
Strong kick, that one clears midfield. going to go up the right side here as Haley Lewis has an opportunity. Beats her defender. Senfrener now with the shot. Now it's just going to go wide.
It appears the flag was raised and Humber will have a corner kick from the far side here, Zach.
Yeah, we know how dangerous they've been with their corners in the regular season, looking to strike here in the first half. And here comes the corner. That just misses the head again of Russell. Going out wide again here is Medeiros.
We got a substitution coming here for the Lords. Number 8 will be coming off. Laura Smith coming off for the Lords.
And number 21, Maria Johnson coming on. Throw in here for the Lords. Big shove there. Pelletier is able to shake that one off. No call from the ref. Opportunity here for the Lords. As that one sneaks through for a goal. Lords take a 1-0 lead here late in the first half.
Yeah, a little bit of a deflection off of a player there and off the post. And the Lords have opened the scoring here.
Replay there, you see it just beats goaltender Fiore.
Right there, you could see on the replay that deflection off the Hawks player and then slightly turning towards the inside post or the outside post.
Yeah, it just gets it clips off the foot of Pelletier. Unfortunate break for the Hawks, but they look here to strike back to even this game up.
Yeah, about 12 minutes to go here in the first half. Still lots of game left here for the Hawks to even the score up.
Hawks maintaining control. Coming up the left side here, Sarapelia. Hard kick in, that's gonna miss the far post. Out for a goal kick. Sarapelia being an aggressor here on the left side. Gives it to Russell in the box.
Yeah, the Hawks looking to tie this up quickly.
Hawks having control here at midfield. One's gonna go. Russell gets control. Pass just behind Sarapelia as she's trying to break out. Just appears the Hawks are working on the left side of the field a lot here, trying to run their offense through that. As that goes out and it goes towards the Lords for throwing.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication on that pass there, and ball was turned over in favor of the Lords.
Throwing here for the Hawks.
Here's a handball for the Lords, and the Hawks will get a free kick from a dangerous spot right now.
Yeah, good opportunity here for the Hawks to redeem here. Even this matchup, 1-1.
It appears Alyssa Oliveira will be taking that kick there.
As that one's just going to be headed out of danger by the Lords, but the Hawks regain possession here. Big kick on, and a save by the Lords.
Yeah, the Lords looking for a quick breakout, trying to catch the Hawks, but nothing doing as that ball runs out of play.
Yeah, good chance by the Lords, but the Hawks again shutting it down. Left side of their left side of the defense has been strong. Sarapelia now takes the ball up the field. And that one rolls out of play. You can hear a lot of the fans not agreeing with that one there. Russell picks up the ball in the offensive zone. Heavy kick from Senfner. And another big save. Hawks playing around here on the defensive line.
As we come up to about 6 minutes remaining in the first half here.
It's going to be a free kick for the Hawks. Playing it quick here.
Lee! Heather, go on the other side. Jessica!
Appears we have a change coming up for the Lords. Number 15 and number 5. So that'll be Jessica Ferreira and Brianna Lee coming off.
And coming in is number 13, Erica Sneath.
One touch, quick pass there to move the ball.
Great pressure there by Zanardi as the Hawks win the battle and they're moving up. Zanardi again jumping into the fray. That one goes out. It's going to be a goal kick here for the Hawks.
Yeah, just before that goal kick, nice spinorama move by Maria Johnson off the Lords.
.42nd minute here in the first half. Hawks looking to even this up.
Yeah, the rain is starting to come down here a little bit on the field.
Hawks have control here in their own zone. Played back. Zanardi now in the offensive zone has the ball.
Yeah, Hawks being very aggressive here in the final few minutes of the first half.
Hawks trying to even this out before the half expires. And that's going to be a goal kick here for the Lords. Good pressure there by Sempfner. It's a Hawks throw in here.
Appears to be a counterattack by the Lords, and that is shut down.
Yeah, great defensive effort from the Hawks as they appear here to have another rush in them.
Yeah, that was Kiara Pontillo of the Hawks on the far side.
Haley Lewis now bringing the ball up. Crossed into the box by Sempfner. Little mishandle, but the goaltender is able to get that one down. Almost a very good break there for the Hawks. You saw Russell all over the ball.
Yeah, Nikki Bradshaw, a little bit of a misplay there, but got her hands back on the ball to get it under control.
Hawks playing it around midfield here. Zanardi has control. As we have arrived in injury time here in the first half. Hawks trail 1-0.
And that'll be the first half with the Durham Lords leading 1-0 here. Despite the great play from both teams, the Lords getting a little bit of a nice bounce and getting it in the Hawks net off the post to start the scoring in the first half here.
Yeah, very competitive first half. Exciting postseason.
Yeah, exciting postseason, and you can tell by the level of play by both teams. Both teams are playing aggressively attacking the zone and playing defensively by defending their own zone. So it'll be definitely interesting to see what's coming up in the second half when we join you in a few minutes here.
And here we go, start of the second half. The Humber Hawks trail 1-0. Looking to bounce back here. At the start of the second half here, the Lords are going to be holding possession. Hawks here making a little bit of an attack. Trying to cross it into Russell, but that one's going to be headed out. Trying to cross in it again here is the Hawks, but again, this back line for the Lords holding strong. Lords continuing to do a good job on the defensive end of the ball. Hawks have come out with a little bit of fire here, though, in the second half. As Russell is just going to be called offside there. And it's going to be the Lord's ball. Lords have possession here deep in their zone. Making progress up the field. Hawks keeping good pressure here in the second half. Lords just playing it around in their back line. That one's going to be kicked, but headed back in to Lords territory. Hawks maintaining control here early in the second half. And that's going to be a free kick on the side for the Hawks. In a great spot here.
Yeah, Hawks with a wonderful opportunity right now, possibly to tie the score and even this up.
Great plays.
Bit of a scramble in the box there.
Kept out. Great opportunity there for the Hawks. Just couldn't get it past the goalkeeper. As well as the defense making good stops there for the Lords. But so far, that's been the Hawks' best chance of the game.
Yeah, we got a corner kick coming here for the Hawks.
Billy, get them settled. Everybody mark in the back. Olivia, who do you have? Okay.
Another great opportunity for the Hawks, but the Durham Lords defense is just holding strong. You see it here, the corner kick.
Yeah,
Comes in.
great corner by Medeiros, just a little bit too much power on it. Hawks players not able to get to that, but wonderful opportunity regardless for the Hawks to be in the offensive zone for the corner.
Yeah, just out of reach. As you saw a Hawks player running in there, trying to get her foot on the ball. But they've come out with a lot of fire here in the second half, looking to tie this game up.
Oh, we have a player down for the Hawks here.
It looks like that's Sarapelia.
She seems to be in some discomfort at the moment. And that play is blown dead.
Yeah, it appears to be, it looks like hamstring, possibly. She's reaching down the leg.
White wall back there.
You see it here, the free kick, a great opportunity. The goaltender dives, kicked in, but headed out by the Durham Lords defense. Great chances for the Hawks.
Yeah, a little bit of a collision there between the Hawks player Nikki Bradshaw of the Lords creating that chance, and then on that corner kick, Medeiros, wonderful arch on that kick, just a little bit too much power on it.
As you see it here again.
Trying to find the back side of the net there on that corner kick.
Yeah, Sarapelia is still down, but it looks like she's going to be able to get up on her own. Good sign for the Hawks.
Yeah, medical is giving her the attention at the moment. We do have Emma Stushnov on the sidelines for the Hawks getting ready. Sarapelia seems to be all right as she's just making sure on the sidelines there.
Yeah, it looked like it was just a little cramp in her leg. She's able to get up, and that's big for the Hawks. She's been a very good player here so far this year.
All right, Nick, I'm going on. Nick, 4.
Good chance there for the Hawks. Another. Good opportunity there, but a kick too strong.
Yeah, Hawks are attacking in layers, coming simultaneously in the Lord's zone.
Zanardi here. Control in the offensive zone. Serapelia trying to get that in. And you see, Serapelia appears to have gone down again.
And the Hawks will just kick that ball out.
Yeah, up here she's going to be off the field here.
Yeah, it appears Emma Stushnoff will come in replacement.
It's a tough break there for the Hawks. Durham having control here in the midfield.
You and Olivia are standing right beside each other.
Yeah, Durham is making it very hard for Hawks to break into their zone right now after a couple great chances for the Hawks.
Good pressure there from the Hawks defense.
Shannon, you're in front of that attacking man. Come on, drop a bit.
And a lead pass for Emma Stushnoff here.
You guys can't be in front of Jessica. Steve. Tim. You and Shannon are getting too high now.
We have a substitution coming in for the Lords here. Here's number 13, Erica Sneath will be coming off. And coming on will be number 5, Brianna Lee, back into the game.
Goal kick there. And that one's going to go out of play for a Hawks throw-in.
Jerry, good?
Thrown here by the Hawks. Good offensive zone pressure, but unable to get anything going there as the ball gets cleared out.
Yeah, Hawks acting very aggressive right now with moving the ball and quick pace, Zach.
Yeah, they're looking like they want to tie this game up. Great pressure here. Big cross goes in, but just goes out of play on the opposite side. It's going to be a throw-in for the Lords. Hawks here maintaining control in the offensive zone. As that kick's going to be a little bit too hard and go past Russell to the goalkeeper.
As we hit the 16-minute mark of the second half, the Hawks have been very aggressive, trying to get that tying goal, Zach. But Lords have been holding their end strong.
Yeah, they're doing a good job keeping that pressure up, trying to tie this game up. As here, the Lords are working on a strike of their own, but the Hawks back line stops that one. See here, pressure still by the Lords.
And a foul on that play for the Hawks, and the Lords will have a free kick.
Good header out of danger there from Pelletier. As Stushnov now takes it up the left side.
Yeah, the Hawks utilizing the whole field, left to right as well, trying to build a attack to get into the zone.
Good ball in to Stushnov. And that one's gonna go in. No offside call on the Hawks.
Unfortunate break there for the Hawks.
Great opportunity as they finally were able to beat the goalkeeper for the Lords. The offside is going to be called. You see here the Hawks playing with a little bit more pep in their step.
Yeah, right after that whistle, they thought they had tied the game, but unfortunate offside, so they want to get back to a tie game here.
Strong pass there from Zanardi's just going to get out of the reach there of Stushnov. As that ball is going to get kicked out by the goalkeeper, but a Hawks player there to intercept it. Going out wide, here's Lewis with the kick. And that one's going to just miss high. Another look here on the almost goal by the Hawks.
Yeah, Stushnov got a leg on it, put it in the back of the net, and then heard the whistle and saw the flag.
Yeah, you saw the disbelief there from Stushnov and Russell. They couldn't believe the call that was called, but the ref saw it. Here we go, the Hawks maintaining their pressure here. That was just going to be a little bit too strong. Out of their reach there.
Yeah, that was a nice through ball to try and set the Hawks.
Lee! Lee! Get back! Work the shade!
Hawks playing it up here on the right side. That kick's going to be a little bit too strong. It's going to be a goal kick. Zanardi now bringing the ball up here for the Hawks.
Setting up Russell, but you can see the Lords pressuring Russell 3-1 there.
Zanardi set for the throw in here. That's going to be another throw in for the Hawks.
Trying to set up Russell on that play.
They've had good pressure so far in the second half, looking to tie this game up. And another call here. Free kick for the side of the Lords.
You can hear the disbelief from the players and the crowds with that call.
Almost going to get out of play, and it's going to be a Hawks throw-in. Stushnov now has it on the low left side. Very physical game here between the Lords and the Hawks.
Yeah, getting aggressive a little bit here on the play.
Get in the middle.
And that one was a goal kick there.
Here's number 16, Samantha McDonald, comes off. As number 12, Brianna Kelly, comes on here for the Lords. Hawks have been the pacemakers here in the second half. Close call earlier as they were called offside on a goal.
Great intercept there by Medeiros.
Good play there from Stushnov to get it on the outside. Big strike from Zanardi. And a big save from the goalkeeper. Another great chance for the Hawks, unable to get it past this keeper for the Lords. Going to be another corner kick here for the Hawks. A big opportunity in this game. We saw earlier they've had multiple opportunities on the corners.
Yeah, as Medeiros heads down to that corner there to take that shot.
And that one goes in for the Hawks. And that's going to tie us up one apiece here late in this game.
Yeah, that one off the post. Haley Lewis looking to bank that one in, but it just hits off the post and bounces in for the Hawks. And it appears it'll be given to Christina Medeiros right off the kick.
We'll take another look here. The corner comes in, and it does. It goes off a Lord's player.
Yeah, own goal. There you see Haley Lewis looking to bank that one in, but off the post after the deflection from the Lord's player. It appears we had a substitution here for the Hawks. It appears Emma Stushnoff has come off, and it appears that Christina Carvalho is jumping in.
Yeah, it looks like the goal is going to be credited to number 19, Vanessa Rita. So big goal there for the Hawks. As you can hear, the momentum has been lifted for them.
And we have a new game here with the game tied 1-1.
For sure, the Hawks putting the pressure on and finally are able to break through here late in this game.
Yeah, and you can most definitely say that one was not offside on that goal.
You can see that goal there has brought this Hawks team back to life.
An unincidental handball there on that play.
Yeah, Lord's kick here in their own zone. Cleared out there by Pelletier. Beautiful move of Medeiros. Medeiros and Russell trying to play a little give and go there up on the right side. Correction on the goal there for the Hawks. It appears number 14, Haley Lewis, was the one that got the goal.
Yeah, you could see, Zach, on the far post, once that cross from Medeiros came in, that she was looking to bank that in after the deflection from the Lord's player. So it appears that she did make contact before the ball crossed the line. Regardless, Haley Lewis putting the Hawks back in this game with a goal. Rightfully so. She's been very active from the defensive line, jumping up into the play, and the Hawks have been the aggressive team here in the second half.
Good opportunity here again. Big strike from Russell, but that's going to be saved. Hawks have a little bit more life to them here.
Yeah, they have the momentum, they have the advantage of the home crowd, and they're trying to get the lead here in the second half after tying this game.
Up the right side is Lewis, trying to cross that in. Another big defensive stop by Pelletier. The back line for the Hawks has been good all day long.
That'll be out of play for a Lord's throw-in.
Approaching the 75th minute in this game. If you missed it, the Hawks tying it up on a corner kick. Hawks getting a free kick here in the offensive territory. That was going to be kicked in just out of the reach of Russell. Big strike from Zanardi, which the goalie's going to get there in time. That's out of play here for a Lord's throw-in. Offensive pressure here from the Hawks, trying to strike again. Zanardi crosses that one in, but it's going to be on net.
No rebound given there by Bradshaw, as Russell was crashing the net there to try and get that lead there for the Hawks.
Hawks working it up again here on the right side. See here, counterattack coming from the Lords, fast pace up the field. That ball's going to go out of play for a Hawks throw-in. Kicked up for Russell. Tries to get a through ball to Medeiros. It's going to be a Hawks throw-in here on the right side. Pelletier stepping up. Good opportunity, but the goaltender is able to get there.
Yeah, that lob to the Lord's goaltender, Kira Puntillo of the Hawks, was making an attempt, but nothing ready.
Out of play here, and it appears to be a Hawks throw-in. They've been the aggressors here in the second half, coming out firing. They tied this game up 1-1, looking to go ahead here. Great play there by Oliveira. Now making a run on the outside. Russell crosses that one in, but he gets kicked out. Strong defense again from the Hawks back line. Up the left side come the Hawks now. Working the ball around the field very well. Russell with the strike. Goaltender will be there to make the save.
Yeah, Hawks defense not afraid to jump up at the moment. As you can see, Haley Lewis on the far side and Kira Puntillo on the close side here jumping up with the offense.
And here we go again, the Hawks trying to make another push up the field, but Durham is going to be able to stop it.
A little bit of an aggressive play there. No call by the ref. You can hear the Humber bench.
Walk away. Visual here. You stop. No foul there. No foul like that. It's not a head injury. It's not. Look, where are you? Go to your bench. Coach to the technical area. Who are you?
A little bit of a disagreement.
One more word, you will be over here. That's it. And you understand who am I? I'm not joking. One more word. No, just don't tell me just. No, just said. Don't talk to me like this. No, you don't need to help me. I don't need help. I don't need help.
Here's Vanessa Rita of the Hawks after that injury will be coming off, and Antonia Gaddy will jump back into the game.
Yeah, good to see she getting up on her own will there. As we're gonna have some subs here for the Durham Lords. Yeah, I can see here the Hawks have been the aggressors. 12 shots on goal so far in this game. Durham goaltender has been busy all day, making 11 saves today.
Working their way back up the field again, building another attack.
Hawks regaining control here in the Lord's zone. Zanardi making a run. He's going to give that one out. Another save here. Hawks here working the ball up now into the Lord's zone. Midfield so far in the second half has been doing a really good job jumping into the plays, as that one's just out of the reach of Haley Lewis.
As we're in the 85th minute here of the game, the final few minutes left.
Another good opportunity for the Hawks, just unfortunately not being able to capitalize. That one's crossed into the zone. Russell looking for the be on the receiving end of that one, just unable to connect with her. It's gonna be a throw in here for the Hawks. Trying to play it now up the left side.
Got a substitution coming in for the Lords, number 12. Brianna Kelly will be coming off, and it appears Brianna Lee will make her way back into the game again.
Hawks here playing it back, trying to find some open lanes for another big attack as we enter the 87th minute here.
As the Hawks continue to pressure, you can hear Vanessa Fiore from the back end being very vocal with
Someone better fucking see it.
Hawks here maintaining control. Trying to set up here for a big push.
Yeah, 89th minute here as we draw into the final few minutes. The Hawks are continuing to being aggressive, trying to end it here in regulation.
Yes, this is a big opportunity here for the Hawks late in the game. Good pressure. Big kick. Just over the net.
That's a close call for the Hawks there.
Yeah, that was number 7, Elsa Oliveira, just missing.
Another substitution coming in. It appears Vanessa Rita will draw back into the game. She seems to be okay, and Antonia Gaddy will be coming off.
Yeah, good sign there for the Hawks.
Yeah, it looked like she took a bad fall, but glad she's back in the game and she is okay. And the Hawks with a corner kick here.
We've seen it today. They've had great opportunities on the corner. Seeing a strike here again.
Yeah, especially being in injury time right now, Zach. So as we have hit the 90-minute mark in this game.
This could be a make or break situation. The Hawks look to strike. Here's the corner. Right on goal. Good opportunity there for the Hawks. Strong kick coming from the corner. That one's kicked out of bounds. It's going to be a Hawks throw-in. No call there. Clean play. Ball goes deep into Hawks territory. Working it up here on the right side.
Great move by Medeiros there.
Yeah, Medeiros creating space for herself. Slowing the pace down a little bit there is Medeiros. Trying to work it. The Hawks in control right now. Trying to go into the box, but it's going to be headed out by a defender.
Trying to find Russell on that play.
One's going to be kicked out. Hawks still, though, in the offensive zone, looking to strike. As that one's going to be a throw-in for the Hawks. Prime opportunity to strike here. Medeiros there, going out to Haley Lewis. You can hear the fans getting excited. Kick on goal, off the post! Lewis, the beautiful strike, just missing by inches.
Yeah, she's already got one goal in this game and looking for her second to end this game. Now the counterattack by the Lords here.
Hawks back line doing a great job holding strong.
And that is the end of regulation with the game tied at 1-1. We will head into overtime, which would consist of two 15-minute periods. And Haley Lewis coming close to ending this game here in the final few minutes, but still at 1-1. We are heading into overtime.
I guess.
No, no golden goal. No golden goal. Yeah, they're regular.
Captains, please. Captains. Captain White. Captain White.
And here we go, extra time. You can see the Hawks getting the crowd pumped up into this one. What a way to end off regulation, Manny.
Yeah, very close for Haley Lewis with her second goal of the game, almost ending it right then and there in the injury time, but off the post and out. And
we'll see it here again. Lewis cuts in a beautiful shot and just pings off the outside post. Great chance in the 90th minute there for the Hawks.
Yeah, so close, but so far. But despite that, it was a great chance for Haley Lewis. And now as we head into the first 15-minute period of overtime here.
Here we go. Hawks are going to maintain their heavy pressure that they've put on all second half long in this extra time.
Yeah, they've been going at it all second half, and they're looking to continue that momentum here into overtime.
Hawks here in the offensive zone. Strong kick there from Senfner. Goal kick coming here for the Lords.
That'll be a Hawks throwing.
Yeah, great pressure there from Russell. And the Hawks throwing it in a good spot here again. That one rolls out for another throw-in. Goal kick here from the Lords. Senfner able to cut that one off. Zanardi with a strike from outside the box, but it gets blocked by a defender. Hawks throwing here.
Over here, please. One more time in my book. Good?
And a free kick here for the Lords. Headers that one out. Throw in here for the Lords in the Hawks zone. Hawks have been playing up good defense here so far. Again, great defense shows right there. This is a throw in for the Hawks. Another throw in. Zanardi's going to take this one. On goal, big save there. Russell here in the offensive zone.
Yeah, Hawks continuing that pressure from the second half in this first half of the overtime here, Zach.
Big strike from Zanardi. Power just over the net. Gonna be a goal kick here for the Lords. And it appears Emma Stushnov is getting ready to come back into this game. Good step up there on defense. Nice passing play there for the Hawks, running up the wing here. It's gonna be another goal kick. See this? That one goes out of play, and it looks like it's going to be a Hawks throw-in. Kick in. Almost another big play there for the Hawks.
Yeah, dangerous chance for the Hawks in the box after that throw in there.
As you finally see here, May, the sun finally appears. I think this play a little bit of a factor into the outcome here.
Yeah, most definitely, as it's been windy and cold and a little bit of rain has probably the field a little bit wet. So the sun might be a little nice for the players to have here.
As you see here, the Lords now making a push up the field. It's going to be crossed.
Vanessa Fiore with a big run here to kick that ball out of play, but apparently there is a collision with a Lords player.
Yeah, Fiore making a run there. Throw in there from the Lords. That was going to be kicked in. Easy save there from Fiore. And then a booming kick down the field. Hawks just playing it back here.
As we hit the 10-minute, almost hitting the 10-minute mark here of the first half of overtime. Hawks still being the aggressors here, Zach.
Yeah, they came out in that second half with a lot of fire, and that flame is still burning here. That one just rolls out of bounds.
Yeah, Hawks throwing here now.
As Emma Stushnov comes on here. Big throw in from Zanardi. Great defensive play there.
There's Haley Lewis on the far side, who has scored once, came close in the second half.
Yeah, she came close to winning it for her squad in the last minute of the second half. As the Hawks here pushing for another attack. Zanardi. Big kick, but just off target.
Here's Laura Smith of the Durham Lords will be coming in for Maria Johnson, who's coming off.
Hawks maintaining control. Play in now to Russell. Big defensive stop there for the Hawks. Lords pressing here late in this first half of extra time.
Throw-in for the Lords here by Brianna Lee.
Big strike, but that one's held off. The Lords here pressing late as Fiore picks that one up with ease. He's going to roll that one out now as the Hawks look to counter.
There's Haley Lewis once again making a run on the far side.
Lewis has been very active here since the start of the second half.
Yeah, not afraid to jump up with the offense, even though she is playing with defense.
It appears the Hawks are just pushing everything for our offensive side as they have two sitting back on defense.
Yeah, about a minute to go here in the first half of overtime. Hawks are making a push for it, but the Lords coming in.
Hawks fend off another attack here. As Vanessa Fiore picks that one up. Another booming kick downfield here.
A little bit of pressure building up from the Lords once again.
And another great defensive stop. Dominica Phillips on defense so far since the second half has been an absolute force, stopping anything coming back there for the Hawks.
And we're in injury time of this first overtime half here, Zach. Hawks being the aggressive team.
Yeah, it's been a deadlock match. Hawks doing a good job being the aggressors.
And that is the end of the first half of overtime as we have the team switch sides for the next 15 minutes of overtime, and then we'll head into penalty kicks if necessary. Great play from both sides so far in this overtime. Hawks being the aggressive team to start, and by the end, Lords making a couple late rushes. It appears for the Lords going into the next half, Heather Arnott will be out of the game and Brianna Kelly will be coming back into the game, Zach.
Yeah, the Hawks here are going to be starting with the kickoff. Looking to strike. It's been a very good soccer game so far. The battling the elements all day long.
We have Antonia Gaddy of the Hawks also jumping in.
And here we go. The final half of extra time is underway. Hawks have control.
Interesting to note, Zach, that both goals have come on the same side of the field so far in this match.
Yeah, it's been a very, very good soccer game. Very high tense. Defense has been the main storyline so far.
Yeah, well-balanced attack and solid defense from both teams.
Yeah, the Hawks looking to jump out here and take this one.
No call on that shove there, and the displeasure from the crowd could be heard.
Yeah, Haley Lewis, though, jumping on the ball quick, trying to get out of her defensive zone. Zanardi now is going to pick up the ball, pass it back, just try to get an open lane going here for the Hawks. Try to get a play going. And Russell's going to get that one in a good spot here. One-on-one here with the defender.
Couldn't find the room as the Lords shut that attack down and look for a counterattack, but the Humber defense holding strong now.
And Mastushnoff now battling on the outside.
And the ref says it's the Lord's ball.
You can hear the fans are getting into the game.
Yeah, not agreeing with some of the calls by the ref, but it's the final decision, unfortunately.
Thrown here from the Hawks. Played up now to Russell. She's going to go out wide. Lewis is going to make another run here. One-on-one with the defender. Beats the first one. Sempner making a good job, a good effort there to hold control of the ball, even after she went down.
Yeah, Hawks looking to build up an attack here. It'll be a Lord's free kick.
Hawks have control here in their defensive zone.
Yeah, about 10 minutes to go in the second half of overtime here in this game.
Yeah, you can see here throughout the entirety of the game, yeah, as I was saying, through the entirety of the game, you can see the Lords are running a four-man defense, just having the four sit back. The Hawks here, on the other hand, have been having their corners run up and join in on the attack. Both sides have been really productive on defense so far, though. Stushnoff over there trying to win the battle, but the Lords are going to come out with the ball. You can hear goaltender Vanessa Fiore trying to pump up her team, saying, "We got to work." Trying to get her team edged to win this game.
Yeah, she's been very vocal since the second half, pumping up her team and just letting them know what she sees from the back end of the field. Free kick coming here to the Lord.
Erica, go back to center back.
Number 14, Olivia Chicha. Olivia Czechia coming in now. Humber now making an attack.
No call on that play by the ref by the Lords.
Hawks still, though, trying to be the aggressors. Playing it out here to Lewis.
Yeah, questionable call, questionable decision there by the ref.
Come on, wrong way. You need to be cute. Lee, come on, move a little quicker back there. Get to this ball. Who you guarding out there?
That one's kicked out there by Fiore. Zanardi picks up the ball now at midfield. Plays it back to Phillips here.
Trying to find the open lane to get the Hawks going.
Approaching the final minute here of extra time. Excuse me, sorry. 115, 115th minute here.
As we enter the final 5 minutes, like you said, Zach, here both teams have had some good rushes in this second half. Almost Stushnoff there on the far side.
Russell has control here in the offensive zone. This has been an exciting game from start to now. Extra time here as the Hawks, good opportunity there. Durham's defense has been holding strong in the later half of this game. Lewis there trying making a big play. And a big slide tackle there from Gaddy.
Yeah, great play there by Gaddy. Great read to see the danger of that play building up and just slide tackle that ball and get it out of the danger zone.
And Fiore is going to clear that one.
Tackle there and free kick given to the Hawks.
Big kick here. Intended target looking like it was Russell.
A little bit of a scramble in the Lord zone. And a free kick given to the Hawks after that collision. Senfner appears to be down. My mistake, that was Stushnoff that was in that collision, as medical is entering the field. Yeah, scary collision there for Stushnoff, and
Yeah, hoping she's okay. She's still down here.
Yeah,
Trainer
medical
attending to her.
staff attending to her on the field as both teams are huddled respectively at a distance.
How many do you have in the wall? 5.
So quiet here. You can hear a pin drop.
Yeah, a serious collision there on the field, and hopefully Stushnov is all right. And you can see the medical staff calling Dwayne Bowles for the Humber onto the field. Dwayne Bowles is being joined by the coaching staff of the Humber Hawks onto the field at the moment.
Sadie, come here.
It's cold. I got a good view. So I got a good view of what happened. Just landed on her head. The two girls on their team grabbed her legs.
No, I thought that. Where's her replay?
He has it.
Yeah. Hey, so what if you guys are where are you pointing at? Oh, you got like a replay? He did call it.
Because he sucks.
So, okay, whatever way we're shooting at, like if we're shooting that way, we'll bring the stand down. Give you a better angle. Alright, on the back end? We have a couple days. Just got a couple of us go over and lift it up.
What's the thing in the way?
What thing? We're gonna bring it, put it on the field.
Oh, yeah.
No, not nothing, so we'll bring it up.
That one?
Yeah. Not to the middle, no. Yeah, it's over, no? What do you think? Just bring the cable across. They line up the hash. You got that camera right there. I just want to change one of the day. I know.
Move it out of base.
Did we get overtime?
Yeah, just get tighter. You have that angle.
Did we get overtime? Did we get overtime? It's gonna be past 7. Yeah, it is. Do you want to know what time it is? 6:30 already.
Yeah, so then whoever.
And we got cleanup.
Cleanup's like 5 seconds. 3:10.
I don't know, man.
Not 10, not 10.
Then you have to put it in the van, bring it back. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Getting home at midnight. There's another game. You never know how long penalties are going to take. Griffin, they have to score in penalties. They have to score in penalties. Yeah. Oh man, I'm fucking freezing. Smoking on your top 5 tonight. Oh, they got like hazmat suits on, bro.
Welcome back here. Scary moments there as Hawks player Emma Stushnov went down with an injury. Hawks here have a free kick. It appears that she is okay, thankfully.
Yeah, it appears she's okay, and good sign here for Stushnov, and good thing for the Hawks as they were also kind of in awe after that play.
Yep.
But as we come back, the Hawks will have a free kick here in a dangerous scoring position.
Big moment. Great spot for this free kick for the Hawks. Here we go.
We are in injury time of this second half of overtime here. The game's still tied at 1-1.
Hawks here bringing it up. Trying to get the through ball there to Russell, but it does not complete. And Lords here making a push up the field. Kicked on, but that one's going to be deflected off a defender and out of play. Excuse me, out of trouble.
Yeah, that was Haley Lewis. That was Haley Lewis there deflecting that ball away from danger.
Yeah, Lewis again making an impact here on the offensive side. That one just gets away.
Lord's making a push again, once again here.
Big step up from Dominica Phillips.
We have a foul here on the Lords. Yellow card given to number 8.
Laura Smith, number 8, receiving that yellow card. And the Hawks have the free kick in their own zone.
Interesting thing, Zach. That is the first card of this game.
Yeah, it's been a very physical game so far. And the one card finally comes out here. Hawks pressuring, but unable to get anything going in the offensive zone. They regroup and they try again here.
Trying to find Haley there, and a little too much power. And that is the end of regulation, Zach, as we are tied at 1-1 heading into penalty kicks here.
No better way to finish it. Close matchup, good game. Going to penalties here.
Yeah, it's do or die in this game now for both teams, and as we wait to find out the starting shooters for both teams. Definitely a back and forth overtime first and second half with both teams having rushes. Humber being the more aggressive team throughout overtime after that second half momentum shift in their favor.
Yeah, they've been the aggressor since the start of the second half of regulation time. Looking here to take this game in penalties.
You can see Vanessa Fiore, the captain for the Hawks, and the captain for the Lords, meeting with the referees. They're discussing the penalty kicks.
High stakes moments, don't you love it? It's postseason in the air.
It'll be a challenging moment here to see what will prevail in front of us. Vanessa Fiore, though, has been a brick wall between Humber for the last 5 seasons with a .868 save percentage and a .51 against goals against average. So great moment to have her in between the post for this penalty kicks. You can see the Hawks having a huddle with their team. Vanessa having a conversation with her team, trying to pump them up.
Yeah, she's been the captain and she's energizing her squad now. You can see the passion that she has for this sport and for her team. Could possibly be her final game here. Hopefully not. Fiore energizing her team.
Yeah, showing great qualities of a leader here. As the Hawks will head to the center field for the penalty kicks here.
Big game moments here as we set to get into penalty kicks.
It appears that the Hawks will shoot first. As you can see, Nikki Bradshaw of the Lords taking the net first. And Zach, no better person to start it off for the Hawks other than Julia Zanardi here coming up.
Big time player for the Hawks her entire career here. And she's looking again to add another notch onto her belt.
Yeah, just remember, as we mentioned earlier, that her 9 postseason tallies are the 5th most in program history. So great player to start it off here for the Hawks for the first penalty kick.
And we see it here. Here goes Zanardi with the kick. And that's going to be a goal. The Hawks strike first.
Yeah, Bradshaw guessed the right side, but Zanardi with just a little bit of zing on that bottom post gets it in.
And another look here. Zanardi's going to go bottom right. And it's going to sneak past Bradshaw.
Yeah, Bradshaw read that side and knew where the shot was going, but Zanardi puts it in the corner.
And here we go. The captain, Vanessa Fiore, in net. The backbone of Humber's soccer team. And here comes the kick. And that's going to be saved.
Yeah,
Vanessa Fiore, what a save.
Bailey Colangelo of the Lords there going up high. Vanessa Fiore guessed the side, hits the post for Colangelo, and no goal. So Hawks leading 1-0 after the first penalty kick here. As you have Caitlin Russell coming up. Another offensive threat, Zach.
Biggest offensive threat here for the Hawks this year. 13 goals in 6 games. Russell looks to add another one here. And here comes the kick. And that's a goal. Russell puts the Hawks up 2 here in penalties.
Froze Bradshaw on this. Russell also goes bottom right. Russell was standing her ground, but tried to go left, but Russell goes right and gets it in, and now the Hawks have a little bit of advantage again on these penalty kicks over the Lords.
Big kick here. Vanessa Fiore making a beautiful save for the first, and here comes the second. And that one's going to beat Fiore.
Yeah, Jessica Ferreira of the Lords just lobbing it to the top left, and Fiore was guessing right.
Yeah, she guessed the right side, but Ferreira went left.
Now you got Alyssa Oliveira for the Hawks coming up.
And
Hawks
here
are
we
up.
go.
Hawks up 2-1 in the penalty kicks right now.
And here goes Oliveira. And that one goes in. 3 goals for the Hawks in penalty kicks so far.
Yeah, Bradshaw guessed the side, bottom left, but Oliveira with a little bit more zing on her kick, still going left, gets the goal. Hawks up 3-1 now. Olivia Czechia coming up for the...
And here comes the kick. And that one is going to be saved. Vanessa Fiore diving, making a beautiful save.
Yeah, Czechia went top right, Fiore guessed right, and that was a save. Great moment for the Hawks here. And coming up now, Brianna Senfner for the Hawks.
Senfner, big moment here. Senior student and the kick. That one's in and the Hawks win it in penalty kicks.
What a moment for the Hawks. Started the game down 1-0, bounced back in the second, showed aggression in overtime, and takes it away here in the penalty kicks. The Hawks with a bounce back game and a victory here over the Durham Lords.
A beautiful display of grit from the Hawks, going down early, fighting their way back and being the aggressors through the second half of this soccer game. Beautiful job. Gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, beautiful play by the Hawks. They're resilient and just hard hustle for all game, not giving up on the play, finding those open seams, making those plays, and then coming up big here in the penalty kicks here. So great play by the Hawks as they win 2-1.
A big, well-done job by the Hawks as they advance here in the 2021 postseason. We thank you for joining us tonight. And have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your evening.
Ladies, let's go. Come on, let's go.
So it's 9, I'm right, it's 90. It is 90. It is 90. So,